Good afternoon, coolest coast. It is time for Coffee on the Coast. Good afternoon and welcome to this episode of Coffee on the Coast. I'm your host today, Tina Prigge. I'd like to welcome back to the show Lynn Christiansen of Manitowoc Public Library and welcome our first-time guest, Tina Loomis with Grow It Forward. This is pretty cool, ladies, because you are collaborating on an event at the library for the community. Welcome to the show and let's tell everyone about this cool event.
Yeah, so this is one of our Tuesday night family activity nights. It is scheduled for next week, Tuesday, the 23rd of May at 6:30, and it is aptly called Let Us Harvest Together. This is a team program with Nina from Grow It Forward.
Nina from Grow It Forward. All right, so let us harvest together. Like Lynn said, it's Tuesday, May 23rd. It's at the Manitowoc Public Library. All ages welcome, no registration required. Nina, before you tell us the details, let us have Lynn get us in the mood with a little song on the ukulele. Lynn,
absolutely. I have a vegetable song that I am going to share with you. It is called the Vegetable Song, and it goes like this. Carrots, peas, and broccoli, vegetables are good for me. For my snack and in my lunch, veggie sticks are great to munch. Carrots, peas, and broccoli, vegetables are good for me.
That is awesome. And viewers, I just have to say, I totally put Lynn on the spot. Like 1 minute before going live, I'm like, can you play a song on your ukulele? And she pulled out this masterpiece. So that was awesome, Lynn. Thank you.
I'm ready for any ukulele emergency.
And viewers, in case you have a ukulele emergency, they are available for checkout at Manitowoc Public Library.
Absolutely.
But today we are talking about vegetables. So let us bring Nina into the conversation. Nina, tell viewers about what you're planning, about the amazing grow towers that Grow It Forward has, and what they can experience at Family Activity Night.
All right. Yes, I'm Nina. I'm the urban farm manager here at Grow It Forward. So I do oversee the community garden and our hydroponic farm. So for this event, you can look forward to seeing 2 live Flex Farm hydroponic towers. Within this event, we're able to literally harvest together. So you'll be able to see 2 fully grown Flex Farms full of greens, and we can all harvest them directly out. I'm planning on sharing some information about how the hydroponic equipment works and how we use that hydroponic technology in a nonprofit. It is an incredible asset for us to have as a nonprofit, being a food pantry and a community food center. So it's a pretty big deal to have it here in Manitowoc. So yeah, that's kind of what you can expect. You can learn a little bit about hydroponics and harvest your own greens and take some home too.
So if viewers don't know, Grow It Forward, you actually have, would you call it a forest of hydroponic grow towers?
It's a full farm. It's a commercial farm. So we have 51 hydroponic grow towers from Fork Farms. They're all called Flex Farms. We mostly grow lettuce. We do grow basil as well as some other herbs. And we have been dabbling in more greens. So we have introduced kale recently, and we plan to introduce spinach in the future as well.
That's awesome, because that allows you to grow these fresh greens throughout the year, right? You're not limited to just the season.
Absolutely. Yep. So in the dead of January, when it's cold outside, we were still harvesting about 100 pounds of greens a week.
Oh, that's amazing. And there is something special about greens that are harvested on the spot and then ready to eat, right? There's something I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems like when I eat lettuce or greens that are freshly grown, they're like a little more tender, a little more flavorful, rather than something that's been trucked in or stored for a long time.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, we harvest every Wednesday. So the freshest you can get is Thursday morning. Since it doesn't have that amount of food miles that any other lettuce that you would get from the grocery store, because a lot of that lettuce does come from California, which is Salinas, California, is the lettuce bowl of the world, or the salad bowl of the world. We have it right here in fresh. So you are getting the most nutrition out of our greens and any other local greens you can find too. So
So not only flavor and taste, but also nutrition.
Yes, absolutely. Highest nutrition content is right after you harvest the greens.
So these types of grow towers, is this something that somebody could have maybe one at their home if they wanted to as well?
Absolutely. There are people that have flex farms in their basements and grow all year long too. And that is so great because they can pack it full of different herbs, lettuce, different greens. So it's super awesome. You can really customize it to be your own.
So this is an incredible opportunity. So at this family activity night at the Manitowoc Public Library on May 23rd, Grow It Forward is going to have 2 of these flex farm towers there, actually with lettuce that the attendees are going to be able to harvest.
Absolutely. That's the plan.
And then did you say that they can take it home or eat it on the spot?
I mean, yeah, we can have a little snack together. You can take it home and prepare a nice salad the next night. I mean, yeah, absolutely. You can make it your own for sure.
That's awesome. And you're going to give a little demonstration and explanation so people will be able to learn how this hydroponic system is working.
Absolutely. Yep. We can go through hydroponics and how it works with the flex farm and how it works generally, because the flex farm is just one hydroponic unit. There are several ways you can grow even different vegetables too. You can grow tomatoes, cucumbers, a lot of other vining crops with hydroponics as well. We just focus on lettuce because it's the most we can grow here. But yeah, we can totally venture into the world of hydroponics and how it can benefit our community and the power of local food.
Oh, I like that. The power of local food. And I'm also just thinking too of like these little minds, right? Like scientifically programmed little minds coming and learning more about this and taking that information into the future as they're making decisions. Lynn, what do you hope the takeaway will be from this event?
I think this will be a great partnership. And again, we are opening this not only to families and little people, but anyone who wants to come and find out. I'm really hoping that this will be a long-standing partnership that we can develop with Grow It Forward to come back and do some more programs with the library in the future. So
yeah, that makes me so happy to hear. You know, Grow It Forward is doing such great work in our community. And I love the fact that there's this collab happening between the library and Grow It Forward.
Absolutely. They were, when I reached out to them, they're like, hey, yeah, definitely. We jumped on board immediately, and we had a couple of meetings and got this partnership set up. And I think it's going to be a fantastic program. I'm looking forward to finding out more about hydroponic gardening.
So how does it start, Nina? So let's say you get a flex farm tower, you've got one of these hydroponic towers. What's the next step? Is it seeds? Is it, is there soil, or the fact I don't know anything about it?
So hydroponics is actually a soilless growing technique. So there is no soil associated with hydroponics whatsoever. Hydroponics involves the recirculation of nutrient-rich water. So in these hydroponic units, there's a submerged pump that is in the left-hand water reservoir. It is then shot up to the top of the farm, and then it percolates down to the roots and the plants. So that it'll work different in different ways for different hydroponic units. So that's how ours works in particular, but it is the recirculation of the nutrient-rich water that is able to grow fresh food. So we can even talk a little bit about water quality and what that looks like, balancing parts per million in our nutrients. So the calcium, nitrogen, phosphorus, all the good stuff that plants need to grow, and as well as pH, so alkalinity and acidity as well, because different plants like different things. And lettuce, fun fact, likes a pH of 5.4, for instance. So yeah, so it's water quality is a huge maintenance part of growing hydroponic food. And it's super fun to watch and play with it and get good at keeping a balanced water quality. And yeah, so.
Oh, that's interesting. And are pests still a concern? Like with hydroponic, are there things you have to worry about?
So since it is indoors, you have kind of a controlled agricultural space. So you don't get a lot of pests. You really don't. I mean, in your garden, you might run into rabbits eating your lettuce, or maybe some bugs that'll get on your plants. That doesn't happen here because we are inside and we have this controlled agricultural space.
Oh, that's brilliant. Jason messaged in, Nina, and is wondering how much food can one tower grow?
So out of one tower, we can get 20 pounds of lettuce, which is a significantly large amount of lettuce. So we've changed our crop rotation a couple times to include more and more farms every week, because we do have a crop rotation where we can harvest every single Wednesday. We started at 6 flex farms. We then moved to 9, and we're then moved to now 12. So last week's harvest was 260 pounds of lettuce that was in our building, which is so awesome. So we're able to split our 51 farms into a 12 farm rotation, and then of course have a few for our herbs as well.
Yeah. So what is the growth cycle? How long does it start? Are you starting from seeds, by the way, or?
We do start from seed. Yep. We start in a substrate called rock wool. It's spun volcanic rock, which is really unique. It is a hydroponic standard to use rock wool. A lot of commercial hydroponic growers will use rock wool. So we start the seeds in the rock wool. They germinate in about 2 to 3 days. And then we introduce them to nutrient-rich water in a platform called flood trays. They stay there for 11 days, and then we move them to the flex farm for 4 weeks. So for lettuce, it's about 6 weeks from seed, which is a really quick turnaround to get 20 pounds of lettuce in one farm.
That's amazing. Lynn, this is going to be such an excellent family activity night.
Yeah, I have a lot of questions that I will save for the evening, because there's a whole lot of things I'd love to learn about this. I'm really looking forward to it. I hope, like I said, everyone's welcome to come out 6:30 on the 23rd upstairs in our big Volkansky room. All ages are welcome. No registration required for this program. So come on out, find out about hydroponic gardening, and harvest some lettuce and take it home with you. I think it's going to be a great time.
I do too. And I think what's kind of cool is at the library, there is a seed library that's started now too. So if somebody learns about this, if you're already thinking seeds, if you're thinking about gardening, you're thinking about growing, you can grab some seeds right from the seed library.
Yep. They're down on our main floor near the main service desk. You can stop and literally check out some seeds if you'd like to take them home and start growing some of your own vegetables. Unfortunately, I don't know how many of our seeds would lend themselves to hydroponic gardening, but I believe there's a wide variety of seeds available in the library.
What are some of the pitfalls or challenges to starting off with a hydroponic garden, Nina?
There's definitely a learning curve to it. Like I was talking about before, there's a lot of learning with water chemistry and balancing the right pH and nutrient levels. That's definitely a learning curve. Also learning the specific plant that you're growing. We spent a lot of time here experimenting with how the number of plants we put in one unit. We had started with putting 144 plants in the unit, and we were noticing some irregular growth of our lettuce. So we kind of moved to planting less, because we maybe noticed that the lettuce shouldn't be growing up, it should be growing out. And we have gotten amazing results from actually moving from 144 plants to 48 plants and getting the same yield, which is amazing. So there is so much to learn with hydroponics. It's so much different than soil gardening. It's really quite incredible. So there's a huge learning curve for just learning how to keep also the equipment clean too. I mean, we don't have pests or anything, but our kind of weed is algae. So there is algae growth in hydroponics. So that can get a little discouraging, but as soon as you learn how to mitigate it and manage it, it's super manageable. So
okay. What about a variety? Is there a specific variety of lettuce that you find thrives?
There is a leaf lettuce called Green Star from Johnny Seeds that we get, and it does so well in our flex farm. It is my favorite to grow, just because we'll put only 48 plants in a tower, and they can get up to a pound. Just one head of lettuce to be a pound. So that is just so incredible. It's my favorite to look at. But we do grow 4 different varieties at Grow It Forward. So we grow the Green Star. We grow two varieties of romaine. So one is more of your traditional, and the other is a Cherokee. So it's got a little bit of a red tinge, and it's a sweeter romaine. Our last variety is red oak leaf. So that's closer to like your butter lettuce. So it's very soft leaves, but it is red, so a little bit sweeter. That's one of our premium variety. That's our actually only premium variety of lettuce that we grow.
So nice. Okay, viewers, so you have an opportunity to learn more about this process, to harvest some lettuce yourself, and even have some to take home and try. This is all happening at Manitowoc Public Library on Family Activity Night. Let us harvest together. This is with Grow It Forward on Tuesday, May 23rd, 6:30 p.m. Again, all ages welcome, no registration required. What a cool thing happening on the coolest coast, you guys.
Absolutely.
I'm super excited. I am so pumped to share this with the community at the library.
Is there anything that you were hoping to talk about that we didn't touch on that you want to wrap up with?
I don't think so. I think you guys should just join and come and see what happens and gain all the knowledge you would like to gain about hydroponics and really, pick my brain. And I might have another farmer there too that you can ask questions to. I could talk about day in the life of a hydroponic farmer or even an urban farmer as well, because I've been doing that for almost a year now as well. So I think it'll be just super fun to collaborate at the library and talk about hydroponics and fresh food.
Nina, that is so cool. I'm so happy to know that this is happening here in our community and that you're leading the charge and willing to share the knowledge. That is just so fantastic to make people aware of it. Well, Nina Loomis, Lynn Christiansen, I really appreciate you both taking the time to join me today here on this episode of Coffee on the Coast and to bring awareness to this cool activity. Again, Family Activity Night. Let us harvest together Tuesday, May 23rd at Manitowoc Public Library. You don't want to miss this.
Tina, if I could put in a little plug, last time I was here, we talked about the Nurdle Patrol and our beach cleanup. Yes. We have one more. This will be our last ever Nurdle event happening this Sunday, May 21st, 9 o'clock. We are meeting at Silver Creek Beach. Go on to the website, manitowoclibrary.org/Nurdle Patrol to find the information on how to register for that and come on out. I think it's going to be a nice day. Last time we went out, it was a little cold, but come and join us. We'll pick up a little trash and we'll look for our Nurdles for the last time. And we'll even have some little snacks when we are done with that cleanup. So,
oh, that's awesome. Good. Thank you for bringing that up. Absolutely. Awesome. All right. Well, thanks everybody for watching this episode of Coffee on the Coast. We appreciate it. We'll see you next time on the coolest coast.
Thank you.